Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tatra Pura Gramakara Ketavata Karvata Shibira Vraja Gosha Sata Giri Vanashramadishu Anupatam Avanichara Pasadai Paribhuyamano Makshika Biriva Vanagajas Tajana Tarana Avamehana Shivana Grava Shakrid Rajak Prakshepa Putivata Duruktai Tadaviganayan Eva Asatsamstana Etasmin Dehopalakshane Sadapadesha Uvayanubhava Swarupena Swamahima Avastanena Asamaropitaham Mamabhimanatvat Avikhandita Mana Prativim Ekacharaha Paribrahma Tatra Puragramakara Keta Vata Karvata Shibira Vraja Gosha Sata Giri Vanashramadishvanupatam Avanichara Pasadaihi Paribhuyamano Makshikabhiriva Vanagajas Tajana Taranavamehana Shtivana Grava Shakidrajak Pakshepa Putivata Duraktais Tadaviganayaneva Satsangstana Etasmin Dehopalakshane Sadapadesha Uvayanubhavasvarupena Swamahimavastane Samaropitahang Mamabhimanatvat Avikandida Manak Pritivim Ekacharak Paribabrama
Tatra
Akara minds Keta Tat 100. Translation. Rishabhadeva began to tour through cities, villages, mines, countrysides, valleys, gardens, military camps, cow pens, the homes of cowherd men, transient hotels, hills, forests, and hermitages. Wherever he traveled, all bad elements surrounded him, just as flies surround the body of an elephant coming from a forest. He was always being threatened, beaten, urinated upon, and spat upon. Sometimes people threw stones, stool, and dust at him, and sometimes people passed foul air before him. Thus people called him many bad names and gave him a great deal of trouble, but he did not care about this, for he understood that the body is simply meant for such an end. He was situated on the spiritual platform, and being in his spiritual glory, he did not care for all these material insults. In other words, he completely understood that matter and spirit are separate, and he had no bodily conception. Thus, without being angry at anyone, he walked through the whole world alone.
And so on. This is Sanskrit language. By combining words with the process of sandhi and samas, one word can be as long as 3 miles. So, for ordinary person, it is very difficult to combine together. So, it is for the learned scholars. But we must understand the part. Rishabhdev is a Parivrajagacharya. This is called Parivrajagacharya. We have heard this name, Parivrajagacharya. Sannyasis, third stage is Parivrajagacharya, and the fourth stage is Paramahans. Kutuchak, Bahudak, Parivrajagacharya, and then Paramahans. So Avadhuta, we have already understood Avadhuta. No conception, no bodily conception, completely. There is a song, Deha smriti nahi jaa, sansar bandhan kahan taar. If one is completely free from the bodily conception of life, as it is shown practically by Rishabhdev, people are spiting on him, calling him by ill names, and sometimes passing urine. He doesn't care. This is the example. Apani achari Prabhu jivere shikhar. By imitation, it is not possible. We learn more and more about his body, how it was completely spiritual. Na jayate na mriyate va. In other place, the spiritual body is nainang dahati pava. No weapon can cut it, no fire can burn it. These descriptions are there. So what is the thing? It is definition by negation. We cannot understand in our present state what is the spirit soul. Although we can perceive that there is something, in the absence of that something, this body is nothing but a lump of matter. That we get experience every day. But we cannot see what is that. Therefore, atheist class or the persons with poor fund of knowledge, they deny the existence. They cannot see. But they cannot answer that why the body is no more working. What is that thing which is absent? They have tried to explain in so many ways how that's something, but they could not practically explain. We have to understand it by the Shruti process, Vedic knowledge. That is real understanding, and understanding from the right person, Krishna or his representative, and it has to be understood simply by hearing. There is no other process. You cannot see, it is so small, particle, kesagra sadabhagasya sadadha kulpitasya. So in these, by material eyes, we cannot see even the spiritual spark within the body, how you can see the Supreme Spirit. That is not possible. Atasya Krishna namadi na bhavet graham indriya. These blurred senses cannot see. But we can perceive this much concession is there. And one can become completely free from bodily conception or life. That is, here is the example by Rishabhdev. There are many. In the yogic process, only anima siddhi, yogis, those who have attained some perfection in the yoga process, you can put him into a locked room, but he will come out. That is called Onivasiddhi. Very small, the spirit soul, he will come out. Anima, Labhima, Prapti, Siddhi, there are 8 kinds of, you can do that. There was one sannyasi, Trailanga Swami in Benares. He was sitting on the road naked. The police objected. Several times he was taken and put into the police custody, but he came out. Again he was sitting. This is yoga, siddhi. Then he was allowed, hopeless. They cannot be locked up. That is yoga siddhi. Not merely showing some gymnastic process, no. One must be. That yoga siddhi, it is not possible in this age because people are not expert to practice this yoga system. Therefore Arjuna denied, no. Krishna, it is not possible for me to practice this yoga system. It is impossible for me. 5,000 years ago, he said impossible. But we are daring to make it possible. That is not very good. Better, as Krishna says, to encourage Arjuna, Krishna said, don't be discouraged because you cannot practice this yoga system. Here is the best process. What is that? Yoginam api sarvesam madgatantara. If you simply think of me, then you are the best yogis. So everything will be perfectly executed. Yoga, jnana, karma, and many other processes, if you become Krishna conscious. That is the real purpose. If you come to the platform of Krishna consciousness, then everything is perfect. Even if you cannot execute yoga, jnana, karma perfectly, still you are perfect. Still you are perfect. But the central point is that we must be absorbed always thinking of Krishna within the core of our heart. Satatang kirtantam mam jatantasya abrata. Simply you should remain Krishna conscious 24 hours, even in sleeping. That is the perfect state. But we have to practice. It is not simply words, but it can be practiced. It is not impossible. The practice, Krishna is recommending, manvana bhavamad bhakta madhyaji namaskuru. Always think of me, this temple worship, madhyaji mag namaskuru, and always think of me, this class, this kirtan, this prasad distribution, and offering obeisances, worshipping, so many. Savanam, kirtanam, Vishnu, smaranam, padasevanam. Take any one of them or all of them, be perfect in that particular process. Try to become, at least, Krishna will help you. Tesam satadujuktanam bhajatam priti purvagam. If you try your best, Krishna will give you strength. Krishna is always ready to help you, provided you want to take his help. He is ready. He has come to help you. Otherwise, what is the use of Krishna's coming here and canvassing sarva dharman parityajya mamika? That is for our interest. You surrender to Krishna, not surrender, it doesn't matter to Krishna. Krishna does not depend on your service. He is completely perfect. He can create millions of servants like you in a moment. So why does he require your service? Why he should canvass for your service? His service is not suffering for want of you, but it is your interest to surrender to him. It is your interest. This Krishna wants to see that you surrender to him and become perfect and go back to home, back to Godhead. That is Krishna's mission. So this Krishna consciousness movement is the same mission to canvas. Dante nidhaya trinakam padayo nipatya kakusatham kritva cha hang brabhimi he sadhava sakalameva vihaya dura chaitanya chanda charane kurutanuragam. This is our mission, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Why Prabhupada Saraswati he is requesting Chaitanya Chanda Charane Kurutanuragam. You just become inclined to serve the lotus feet of Chaitanya because he is Krishna personally and he has come to teach us how to approach Krishna. That is Chaitanya. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namini Gaurattise Namaha. Srila Rupa Goswami, he understood. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he understood. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Sikkhartameka Purusha Purana Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sarira Dhari Kipam Buddhi Jastamaham Prapadde. If we understand Krishna through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that you become Guru. How? Jare dakhatare kaho Krishna Pade. Don't change, don't alter. You simply try to preach what Krishna has said. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction. If you follow this instruction, don't make any addition and alteration of your so-called learned scholarship. That will not help you. You must present Bhagavad Gita as it is. Jare dakhatare kaho Krishna Pade. There is everything very easily done, provided we follow parampara system. So, our Krishna consciousness movement should be pushed on very humbly. Dinadapi sunechena tarorapi sahisnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sada. Kirtan. This preaching means kirtan. Not that simply with midanga we can have musical kirtan. No. Preaching is also kirtan. Abhavat Vaiyasaki kirtane. Vaiyasaki, the son of Vyasadeva, Sukadeva Goswami, he simply describes Srimad Bhagavata and became perfect. Abhavat Vaiyasaki kirtan. Sri Vishnu Savane Parikhi. Parikhi Maharaj simply listened, he became perfect. And Sukadeva Goswami simply described, that is also kirtan. So this is also kirtan, as Prabhupada Saraswati teaching us. He sadhava sakalameva vihaya dura chaitanya chanda charani kurudanura. You are sadhu, best person, noble. But this is my request. This is humbleness. If you say, oh, you are a karmi, you are a mudha, Actually he is a mudha, but in the beginning if you say, then there will be no opportunity to speak. He is a mudha, that there is no working like hogs and dogs day and night for sense gratification. Certainly he is mudha, kurmi. Simply Jnani, they are simply speculating. That logic, Kakatalian, whether the crow first of all sat down on the palm fruit, then the palm fruit fell down, or the palm fruit fell down, therefore the crow could not sit on the palm fruit. Logic. One Pandit said, no, first of all the palm fruit fell down and the crow wanted to sit down on it. See, he could not. Now, another Pandit says, no, the palm fruit was there and because the crow sat down on it, it fell down. Now, this is it. They are wasting time, speculating. Kakotaliyan, Kupamandukan, there. So that will also not help. They are presenting themselves as big scholar. No. Maya apurita jnana, simply wasting time. Simply wasting time. They are so-called jnani, but maya apurita jnana, there is no knowledge. Vedanta, big Vedanta. Krishna said, the Supreme Lord said, Vedashta sarvai ahamiva Veda. Vedanta krit, Vedanta vicha aham. Now they do not care for Krishna and that Vedanta. What kind of Vedanta? Nonsense. So, this will not help. We have to pray. But if we say directly that you are all mudhas, maya apurita jnana, duskritina, they will be angry. Because satyam briyat, ma briyat satyam apriyam. You have to speak the truth very cautiously, otherwise they will be angry. Murkhaya upadesha hi prakopaya nasantaya. If you give good instruction to a rascal, he will be angry. Therefore, Prabhupada Saraswati is teaching us how we should present our case. Danti nidhayo tinakam. Sir, I have come to you taking this grass in my teeth. This is a symbolic representation of becoming very humble. In India, they take a grass, danti nidhayo, padayo nipatto, and I am falling down on your feet. Kakusatang kritya, and I am flattering him. You are very grand, you are very nice, you are very learned, you are so on, so on. If you flatter, people become puffed up. So, danti nidhayo tinakam padayo nipatto kakusatang kritya cham. I have one submission. What is that? No. Hey sadhava, you are a great learned sadhu. My one request is that whatever you have learned, please forget. Whatever nonsense you have learned, please forget. This is my submission. I have learned so many things and I have to forget. Then what I have to do? Hey sadhava, sakalameva vihaya dura, chaitanya chanda charane kuritanura. You just submit yourself to Chaitanya Chanda. Then everything will be perfect. So our preaching is like that. There, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Jaggai Sankirtanai Prai, Jajanti Sumedasa. This process is adopted not by rascals. Sumedasa, those who have got good brain, they will take it. So, very simple thing, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is approved by the acharyas, by big scholars. So, you have no fear of falling down. So take Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's first mercy and then preach Krishna consciousness. He will be successful. It is not possible nowadays to imitate Rishabdev, just like the Jains, they imitate. What that imitation? Not a single Jain up till now has become perfectly in the renounced order of life. So they say so. It was imitated by one king in the South India, and he is the originator, propounder of the Jainism. They say, but you cannot imitate Rishabdev. That is not possible in this age. Better try to follow the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna, your life will be perfect.